everyone, and welcome back to Fossil Fridays. So, you guys can read the title of today's stream. We are going on a quest to find a desert biome. Now, I could theoretically, I could go find the fossil, sorry, not the fossils. I could go find the desert biome by just building an airship, something really simple. But I'm thinking if we're traveling around, or if we're doing like any amount of travel, it would not be that bad of an idea for me to use a little bit of, well, for me to make another airship. So, the previous airship is gone. We do not have it anymore. And at the moment we've got about a... because all of our wood blocks, or because all of our botany pots were directly attached to the other ship, we now have a very tiny amount of resources, or a very tiny amount of wood. So, that one can actually be remedied by getting a crate-powered wood farm. It should not be all that difficult, but what will be a little bit difficult... I just realized that thing disappeared with all of our leather. Ooh, okay. Well... let's check. Has this thing been turned off? Yes, it has. Okay, great. Hello, Doc. Hey, yeah, I'd call it yapping, but sure, I've missed yapping as well. Okay, 2 farmland. Actually, you know what? Let me take a little bit of this. Maybe I should make an elevator today. Hold on. Elevator. It's a dried kelp block, an iron sheet, and a brass casing. That is actually not that difficult to get. Let's check on Tricolangelo. Hello. Hey, buddy. Do you, he needs more room. Oh, it's sounding like it's fried? Hold on. Give me a moment. Hello? Hello? Oh, yeah, you're right. It does sound fried. Hello? Did that fix the problem, or is it still a bit fried? Oh, like I'm 2 rooms away. Okay. Hold on. Time to see if I can fix that. Hello? Hello? Did that fix the issue? If it did not, I am not sure what to do. Can the track not reach the food feeder when it's hungry? 'Cause if so, I may need to raise the feeder by like a block. Oh shit, it doesn't keep the amount of food. Whoops. Whoops. That was not intentional. If that did fix the audio, then what I should do is put down a couple of hopper botany pots in the non-destroyed section of my base. And wait, hold on. If I am gonna make an airship, then I should definitely just... I should definitely make it out of paper, right? Damn, even in slow-mo, this thing's production is kind of crazy. I do not think we have any sugarcane remaining to us. It's weird that they're both still at 100% happiness. I would not be happy if I had to share such a small house with someone else. Okay. Whatevs. It's no big deal. We are just going to have to... Actually, do we put any sugarcane in here? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. Right, we need brass, we need dried kelp. Do you have any kelp that would help? And no, I didn't rhyme that on purpose. What if they're both... You know what? You know what? I take back what I said. They might be pretty happy in there, honestly. If that were the case. Here I am wondering if I even need to make it like a good... Like a good one, like a good ship. I could just make like a little schooner, I think. First off, let's do this. I need a longer hotbar. And then the next thing we need is an iron sheet, but my mechanical press is gone. That's right. You know what? Fuck it. Sometimes... no. It's the, Is it helm? No. Did I? Oh my god, I took out the boat mod and forgot to re-add it. Terra Blender, create big cannons, mouse tweaks, botany trees, Zawa evolved, Jade, Huayla, just enough items, Kotlin, Rubidium, Flywheel, create big contraptions, create armory, create sifter, Zeros, minimap, Oculus, Richie's projectile library, Zeros world map, Young's cave biomes, security craft, Young's API, botany pots, mix-in extras, botany pots, tiers, bookshelves, McCaw's doors, architecture, Steam crate and rails, Young's better end island, wiki zoomer, Terralith, create interiors. Why is my game crashing? Well, okay, I guess the fact that it has crashed is a good time to check if the correct mod is... Yup, I turned it off by accident. Turning it back on. Page 2, is there anything that's... Valkyrian Skies has been turned off. Jade, Valkyrian Skies, back on. Page 3, refresh, play. Okay. Now there is a possibility... Oh, wait, Doc, I just realized something. Those two Dryosaurs are male. How could they be... Well, I mean, never mind. I just remembered men can be gay. And whenever this loads, we will get back to, I'll get back to what we were doing before. Eventually, when it boots up. Yeah, well, I think that's just like default human programming, right? Well, like 99.9% of human evolution, you know, when reproduction was like a human's purpose, I doubt I doubt there were that many gay people in prehistory. Now, when Rome, after the rise of Rome, I think the numbers skyrocketed, but that's a whole nother story. Okay, joining world. There we go. Now, can I craft a ship's helm? Yes, I can. Okay. Doesn't need all that many things. Okay, bam. That. That. Shit. Shit, that was not what I needed to craft. That was not what I needed to craft at all. Um. Oh wait, I just need to make one. And then... this. And if I had come better prepared, I would have created some sort of like dry docking system. Docking. No, I would have created some sort of dry dock system. I think gays do whatever they do to just get... I, I mean... I, I don't know. I think the people who are gay are not faking it, because if I had a choice, I would not put my penis in the place a man shits out of, you know? That seems kind of organic to me. Wait! Oh my god! Oh! Oh my god, praise the heavens! Reinstalling the Valkyrian Skies mod has put all this stuff back. Okay, so you guys have no idea, but basically, I lost my entire base while off camera, while playing with the Valkyrian Skies mod, because my boat over here, can't see my playthrough. Oh shit. Oh, it's always fucking doing this. It's always fucking doing this. Hold on. Game capture. Add source. Add source. Delete. Remove. Yup. Add game capture. Add source. New source instead. Capture specific window. This one. No, what the fuck is wrong? Okay, hold on. Ugh, I fucking hate working with Streamlabs. Okay, let me try booting it up again. Because I saw on the video playback in my hands it was working. Oh, like sorry, I saw on the video playback that the Minecraft like boot up screen, the red Mojang screen was working. Yeah. Okay. Here it is now. Let's see if it doesn't fuck up this time. Okay. Seems to have worked. I'm going to be watching my playback very carefully. But basically, it re-added my ship to the game, which I didn't know. I thought the ship was gone forever. But yeah. Basically, let me log in. Hopefully it doesn't fucking bug out again. As I so often want to do. Yeah, now it's not working. What the fuck? When... Yeah, I know. Does... Okay, does something about the fucking... Does something about it change when... Hold on. Let me try using Capture Any full screen application. And if that doesn't work, then... Okay, what could I possibly be doing wrong? It's... Well, I was gonna say it's not a problem with my graphics driver, but I actually have not updated that in a while. I'm trying to toggle all of the settings that come with Streamlabs, like you know, allow transparency, limit capture frame rate. They don't seem to be doing much to unfuck this. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Hold on. Let's... Oh, wait! You guys... Okay, you guys saw a tiny flash of the loading screen when I went back there. This is strange. And it's... The problem... Sorry, was the problem here before I closed out the mod pack and then re-added the Valkyrian Skies mods? Because it might be really weird if, like, you know, adding Valkyrian Skies specifically made it unable to stream. I mean, I'm not accusing them of anything, but, you know. After I added the mods, okay. Well, let's give it one last try. And if this doesn't work, I'm going to just run back inside the house. Another world with no mod to... Actually, yeah, that would make sense, but... Wait. I will just do something very quickly, which is I will go back and I will read off the list of items that I'm taking out of my airship. That is also my house. And then I will tell you as I put them back into the chest, and then we'll uninstall the mod. And instead of our stuff being lost for good, it should be back with us now. Okay. Yeah, you guys cannot actually see, but I am in the water right now, and I'm breaking the spruce ship helm from the Valkyrian Skies Eureka mod. And I'm just going to give you the exact play-by-play while I run back to my house across the ice flow. And it looks like the Valkyrian Skies mod is the problem, or is the source of the problems. Which means whenever we want to travel from now on, we're gonna... You know what's weird? We've had the Valkyrian Skies mod before, but I guess it's just weird this time. Yeah, you can hear me in the water. Okay, so I'm back inside the house. I'm just breaking off a zombie head. And I'm also breaking an obsidian Anu figurine. And then I'm in my living room area. Uh, I'm just going into the first chest. We don't have... Oh, you know what? Actually, let me get the 2 hopper botany pots from the first chest. And let me also throw out all the good stuff that's inside the chest. That way we can get to sorting it real quick. I'm breaking both of the furnaces. I am breaking the andesite funnel. I'm breaking the mixer. I'm breaking 1 block lower. I'm breaking the hopper. I am... You know what? I'm breaking the chest that contains all of my little mineralized ores. Breaking the crafting table. Breaking the bed. Going back up. And you know what? Fuck it. Just break the chest as well. Break my analyzer. Break my fossils workbench. And you know what? There's a lot of stuff in the chest, including one chest that has 4 biogoo, Leopleurodon DNA, Crassigyrinus fish eggs, Plesiosaur egg sac, Stegosaurus eggs, Wallicerops, and Ceratosaurus, along with an ancient helmet. You guys can't see, but I'm just going to break all of these chests. And then, soon as we come back into this world, with the mods turned off, if that will work at all, it is going... Oh, yikes. Yikes, okay. I'm just going to put them down, or I'm just going to put all of the items. You can hear me doing the item throwing ASMR, but I'm just going to put them in some of the random chests that reside all around my base. Okay, so... Shit. Too many goddamn items. Okay. I think the main big one is for me to get my hands on all the dino DNA that I have left in a bunch of the chests. I get the DNA of everything. I want to say that's the DNA of a lot of things, because DNA is like the most important. Or it's the important thing for now. And honestly, my house is in such a state that I may want to consider just, you know, fresh start moving out with everything I have. Okay, that's another inventory full of items. Throw them all out. And this will unfortunately get rid of all of the Valkyrian Skies items, but that should be okay. Because, look, honestly, I don't need the boats for Minecraft. I just kind of... They're just kind of nice to have, you know? Okay. So... Yep. Okay. Escape, save and quit the title. So basically what I just did was I tore apart my... I just tore apart my airship. And I'm turning off Eureka ships for Valkyrian Skies. I am turning off Valkyrian Skies, and I'm also turning off Jade Valkyrian Skies. Then I'm gonna hit refresh, and then I'm gonna hit... Wait, actually, what mods do need updating? I might as well. It's just both versions of Zeros, right? There's no... Okay, yeah. Update all, play, and God willing, this should work. And you should come back to me with a bunch of items on the ground. So yeah, many of which will be dinosaur eggs that we worked very hard to make and we thought lost to us. Okay, back in. Can you see? Yes, okay. You can see it. And then if I go back into the menu, you can see it. And then if I go click into Fossil Fridays, God willing, you should be able to see it. If not, then I've done something wrong. Again. It's weird though, I don't know why Valkyrian skies would be the point of failure. Because we have operated ships in previous streams. You know, it's weird. It's a little fucky. I mean, everything's a little fucky sometimes, but okay. Looks like we have all of our stuff back. Or almost all of our stuff back. So, we're going to do my favorite method of item transportation. Gone? Yeah, oh fuck, why? Why is that the case? Okay, hold on. Let me very quickly reset all of my dropped items, let me quickly reset all of the item timers on all of my dropped items. The fuck is going on? It's really weird. Settings, window, Java, and memory. Oh yeah, that's, well, I mean, we could give it like another 2 gigabytes more RAM. That should not adversely affect us in any way. Then... is the problem with Streamlabs? Okay, my streaming... not sure what safe mode... wait, I don't need to do safe mode at the moment. Okay. Game capture. Delete it. Fossil Fridays. Delete it. Create new source. Game capture. Capture sources. Game capture. Or should I do window capture? All work. Add source. Add a new source instead. Fossil Fridays. So what I'm doing differently is now instead of doing a game capture, I'm doing a window capture. And I hope that makes a difference. First let me actually open up the window to capture. I mean that's kind of, I was looking through window capture mode and I was wondering why it's not showing up. Okay. Sorry, Doc. I've kind of subjected you to a little bit of a runaround. Okay, the window is booting up. Yeah, I mean, it's not... thank you, I guess? Well, if you love troubleshooting, you're gonna love the rest of this stream. No. Okay. I'm in. Then when I... oh, wait, hold on. I haven't even set up the source capture. It just automatically captured the window? Okay. Well, I guess that was what I needed to do. There's always this little unpleasant hitch when I click on a world. Fuck you people. Okay. Oh, thank God. And now you guys can see all of the items that I managed to salvage from my chest, once chest, now currently destroyed resource house. I had a lot of things in there. Okay. Throw all that shit up there. Because, let's be real, I was... Oh fuck. Oh fuck, I did not mean to throw that shit in there. Oh, whoops, sorry, I'm not sure how that exactly came to be. Block all of those. You're quick enough, you can see all the items we've gained in this series, or at least most of them. Okay. And I'm gonna have to angle this properly, so that I can just throw everything up here instead of having it clip on the edge and then fall down. Although a substantial number of items have done that. Okay. One day, we're gonna have to clean out this chest monster we call a house. As a matter of fact, one day I hope we live on the surface world. Like, I feel like a fucking mole person. I feel like that one, Heroes of Might and Magic 3 fortress type where you live in a hole in the ground. I think it's dungeon, maybe? Anyways, okay. So, first things first. Now that we can't make a boat, we are just gonna have to settle for the regular-ass kind of boat, which is made with 5 wooden planks. Second off, before we do that, Wallicerops, Liopleurodon, Biogoo, Dictyophyllum, Dictyophyllum, there we go. Soon enough, my bed's gonna start fucking levitating and a demon's gonna, like, walk through my front door. Green bed, I need that. Ceratosaurus, Stegosaurus, Ancient helmet, for the drip I'll wear it later. Plesiosaur exact. Fossilized fern spores, analyzer. Okay, yeah, that's mainly all of it. So, this chest, we put the Ceratosaurus, we put the Biogoo, Liopleurodon, Wallicerops, Plesiosaurus, Stegosaurus, and while we are here, might as well study those. And fuck it, I mean, we're not super short on Biogoo. I think I can afford to study 2 more kinds of fossil plants. So 1 Biogoo, 2 Biogoo, and then we are going to go make ourselves a little boat. And once we have... Fuck. Yeah, I definitely need to change where I'm living. This place is a nightmare. Okay. You know what? It's probably quicker for me to just cross the ice floe on foot. So, I'm thankful we managed to get our stuff back, but yeah, that was a nightmare. A bloody nightmare. And of course it's nighttime. Okay, and we are now loose about the world. So, I'm guessing, yeah, Z is big mode. So this is how much of the world that we have currently seen. That looks like a slightly, yeah, lukewarm ocean. Might be worth going there to see about coral. There's probably sand on this part. Actually, I think this is the part of the map that wait, no. This is the part of the map I started from. Now there's a little bit of sand here, which I'm just gonna call Sand Beach. And there's a floating, well, there are at least 2 floating islands, because that looks like a winter island. Yeah, Skyland's winter. right next to Skyland Spring. But what we should be looking for is a proper desert biome, where I can take my drill and go annihilate a bunch of sand. Now, I don't think I installed Nature's Compass because this is not a mod pack with Pixelmon in it, but I mean, deserts are... Well, okay, I was gonna say deserts are pretty common, and then I made an amendment to that. I was gonna say, I should be saying, deserts are common when you're not looking for them. When you are looking for them, that becomes a whole different ballgame. A different, much less pleasant ballgame, if I'm being honest with you. Well, let me see what those let me see what the lukewarm ocean contains. I think it should be that way. If we can find a coral reef biome, that would actually be amazing for the amphibian park, or I guess the amphibian component of the park. Because we're gonna have a bunch of things like Crassidorinus, Tiktok, the ancient human ancestor, TikTok, and it's gonna be pretty nice if we can, well, okay, realistically, in like the Precambrian, it would have been in like a disgusting swamp. Like, actually a disgusting, gross, nasty fuck-ass swamp. Why the buffering? Why so buffering? Hold on. That helped way better. That improved stuff a lot. Also, I could do... Why did I set max shadow distance that fucking high? Did I misclick? Now, if I press K and turn on my shaders, will that... It will not cause an issue, I think. Okay, okay. Kinda weird that there's, like, this donut of lukewarm ocean surrounding a little bit of cold ocean, but oh, wait, hold on. That's an ocean monument, baby. Frames, 50 frames, 30... Okay, what the fuck is going on? Let's get rid of that. Now, this. If I could be bothered to make the rail line go all the way out here, if we could clear this out completely... Well, no, I don't think... I think the Guardians would probably attack whatever I summon, like a Leopleurodon, or whatever I created, like a Leopleurodon, and if that were the case, the fact that there's just an infinite number of them spawning is going to cause problems for me. What I could do is, in a little case of nature and, like, the outside world coinciding, I could completely border up this lukewarm ocean, this little bit in the middle, and then I could separate it into, like, 4 or 5 paddocks. Like, one small paddock, and then, like, a medium but a long paddock, and then 2 small ones. That could be how I store my dinos. And first off, it's like nature giving us... Well, first off, when on the mini-map, it's going to be segregated nicely. It's going to be, like, nicely subdivided. But I don't know. You know what, actually? All of these things are things that I use to make bio goo, so I'll just take them. I'm also gonna loot this. That's weird. I am having a huge amount of frame skipping, and I have no idea what's going on. Yep. I don't know, maybe I need to have someone look at... Oh, wait, what the fuck? Paleontology... I have an axe that has paleontology on it. I have a tool that has the enchantment that lets me get dinosaur bones on a tool that cannot be used to mine any form of dinosaur bones. Unless, of course, an axe is a viable tool to mine permafrost, in which case, yay? But if it isn't, then, like, what is this? What does this item exist for? Like, actually, why? Wrong button. 93 frames per second, 74, 67, 31. Yeah, the frame rate skipping is really crazy. It may just be because I'm generating new chunks and this is a single player, not a server, but holy cow. Holy cow. So this is like fucking drowned central. If there's one saving grace that I can say about the Eureka mod for the I almost called it the Yukira mod. Yukira. That kind of sounds like a Wheel of Time character, except her name is Yukiri, and we barely see any of her. It's kind of looking like she's gonna be the one person in the setting to invent flight, or invent a way to fly using the system's, like, school of magic. Mainly because she invented, well, she's talked about, you know, her plans for flight. And also she's talked about how, she invented a weave, which is a spell. A weave that lets her fall from basically any height into a soft cushioned pillow of air. Which is probably going to be the precursor to being able to fly. Anyways, we get anything, ooh, ooh. You know what? I don't know if the ceratopsians can cohabitate with each other, but a combined enclosure with the maximum number of Pachy rhinosauruses, along with the maximum number of triceratopses would be kind of cute. Endearing even. Don't drown. Be like here, right? Yay, resources. A third chest. Nah, I'm getting greedy. Yeah. I don't know why I said that like it was confirmation, because the Pachy, there's no confirmation that that is going to be a Pachyrhinosaur DNA. But, that over there is definite confirmation that there's a, one of the fossils and archaeology NPCs. One of the trading villagers. I think they are called like either paleontologist or archaeologist. Archaeologists are the one who study like dead history, or who study like dead human history. Paleontologists are the one who like dinosaurs, like me. Although they both technically fit under the umbrella of archaeology, because they are studying dead things. Archaeology kinda has like an anthropology flavor, if that makes sense. Like, I wouldn't say that Nico Robin is the paleontologist of the Straw Hat Pirates, although, you know, Nico Robin with a ancient zone would go pretty hard. Then again, Nico Robin with the Hana with the flower fruit, or with the bloom fruit, already goes kind of insane. And now that she can make giant limbs, there's a lot of, I don't need iron. We have the potential to make a bunch of iron at home, and if I could be willing to couple my machines to each other, we could have a lot more. Anyways, that is a paleontologist. I think that's him. Why is he in the woods? Maybe in his, like, living area? Hey, buddy, where you going? Hey, Indiana Jones, stay still. Don't go on an adventure. Ooh. Okay, but he is an archaeologist, not a paleontologist. Stone tablets. Wooden jablet. I don't need those. Sorry, buddy. I prefer... Well, I mean, okay, don't get me wrong. I like the archaeology parts of this mod. Ooh. It's tar. I have the stuff to make a bucket. I do. with this I can sort of make my own tar slime spawner after a fashion. We already have a sifter. Okay. No? See a village. Village filled with people who own stuff I can steal. Oh. I love how that's my first reflex. Oh, hello macaw. Please don't fucking murder me like the bald eagle. I didn't even do anything to the bald eagle. He just looked at me and he was like, nah, I do not fuck with this guy. Bro is not American. He looked at me and he just whispered like gook under his breath before tearing my fucking face off. I don't know what the bald eagles have against me, but like, I wish they didn't. Also, these giant anteaters stand up when you get close to them. It's pretty funny. Isn't that funny? Let me get my bread back. Thank you. Another macaw. This is as long as none of the animals here are the kind of animals that want to tear my face off. Oh right, I just realized we got a buried treasure map and we didn't check on it or anything. Okay, we're not that far away from it actually. Let's... Damn it, I can't sleep in this guy's bed. What even is the purpose? Although, if I do ever need to kidnap like a whole colony of villagers for trade purposes, this village is not that far away from my home. Well, okay, it's a little far away. It's not far away to someone who has nether portals. There is an acacia biome. Imagine if the word acacia was pronounced like focaccia, like the bread. But it's like, here's a focaccia biome. I would... Anyways, my buried treasure is right ahead. Ooh, hey, giraffes! You know what? If they could bring themselves to cohabitate, having a giraffe enclosure, or having giraffes... What was that noise? What the fuck was that noise? It like a big ass... Oh god, it's another bald eagle. I see that fucking thing on the map. That patriotic bastard comes at me again. I'm shooting it in the head. Oh god, I don't have arrows. If he tests me, I'm upping the switch. And by switch I mean this bow. 9-9? Oh, 9-9? No. Assuming the rule holds true. Yup. Okay, Heart of the Sea. Iron. Don't need an iron sword. Water breathing is Prismarine crystals. I'll leave them. We know where a monument is. Worst comes to worst, we just set up some TNT next to the monument and we get a bunch of I always called them Prismarine crystals. Okay. So, granite cliffs, sparse jungle, ooh. Now, it's not a desert, but that is a biome I'm interested in seeing. Now, the desert biome we need to start getting a bunch of glass, because glass, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna be doing a very concrete heavy build style. So I'm gonna be really heavy on concrete. Now gravel you can farm quite easily. Sand is a bit harder to farm unless you have a crushing wheel at the ready. But honestly, it's not that hard to get a mending efficiency 5 pickaxe and just go to town. Like go absolutely ham on a desert biome. I would argue it's, well, no, okay. With the transport, it probably costs you more time and effort. But But. It is... Well... Actually, I could just make a sand factory. I could make like a giant sand manufactorum. Like, it's literally just like 16 16 drills drilling a very long cobblestone gen, and then it's dropping half of it, or it's putting it into a system that will split it halfway. Half of it goes into a setup that produces sand, half of it goes into gravel. Or half of it gets ground into gravel, and half of it gets ground into... And half of that gets ground into gravel, which then gets ground into sand. Because sand can be made out of a gravel wheel. Oh wait, okay, no, you need a mill sandstone, and there's no way to farm sandstone. Short of, I don't know. But anyways, you can crush gravel to produce sand, and you can create gravel by crushing or milling cobblestone. So that's pretty good. And actually, hold on. You can crush it to create... You have a 5% chance to create clay. And with clay, you can farm a couple of other things. Make some pretty nice terracotta. A bunch of very nice colors. And yeah. All of that. But basically... Well, actually, you know what? It does seem kind of silly to be doing this. It does seem kind of silly for me to be doing this instead of just, you know, upping my create game. For what purpose is the create mod installed? If not to make your life really easy. I mean, like, super easy. Is that calcite? Not sure what that block is. But, Oh, that's definitely an amethyst geode down there. Shit, there might be more than one. I think I see two of them. Yeah, that looks like a geode. That looks like a geode as well. I'm guessing that these two connect to form some sort of bay. That's pretty cool. Man, a whole lot of drowned. Cool thing about like having an ocean this deep, it just like drowned can just spawn. But Jesus Christ though, Terralith World Gen is it's a bit of a doozy sometimes. Get these like massive fucking oceans. You think like, how, if I wanted to drain one of these, what would be my recourse? Slave labor, I guess. There are services where you can like go on and like hire a girl to play Minecraft with you. Except instead of like e-dating, I'll just be like, okay, listen up. I hope you have a good work ethic because I have 15,000 sponge. No, you'd never have that much sponge. I have 15,000 like... No, you can't even use leaf blocks to drain ocean monuments anymore. I remember when you could do that. You could use like, place down a shitload of leaves. Like you gather an entire forest worth of leaves. Place them down. Can't do that now because leaves get waterlogged. I think that drowned was holding a trident. That or his arm was in a funny position. Anyways, this looks like a continental shelf. Here's hoping that if I turn in this direction, I will find land. Yes! And more killer whales. These things skeeve me the fuck out. I do not trust anything that is that intelligent and has that much capacity for violence. And before you guys are like, but wait, Tim, does that mean you don't trust people? Of course I don't trust people. People are a bunch of fucking maniacs. Even the best of them are only like half insane. Oh, no, no, no. Half of us are insane. The other half are enablers. So, this is pretty... Ooh. Savannah Badlands, Arid Highlands. No place where there's a huge amount of sand to be found, but... This isn't enough to build like a giant aviary dome. No, I don't think it is. I could be wrong. I don't think it is. Okay. Okay, you know what? This actually makes me think of like the IRL Hell Creek formation. If we had like waypoints or like the Waystones mod, and then we set it to like the cheaty version where you can teleport for basically free, this would be an amazing place to put the Tyrannosaurs. And also, I think I know what I'd call the place. What I'd call this place. In honor of a novel I used to read, or a novel I read a long time ago, I think I'd call it Tyrannosaur Canyon. At the very least, I think the novel is called Tyrannosaur Canyon. Let me just Google it real quick with my offhand. Nope. Tyrannosaur Canyon. By Douglas Preston. Yup, Tyrannosaur Canyon. Yep, it's a book by Douglas Preston. For a moment, I thought it was I thought the book was by John Grisham, but it's apparently not a John Grisham book. I guess it makes sense. That doesn't sound like what John Grisham writes. John Grisham writes like law thriller. Law thriller and like the horrors of war, honestly. That's what he does like amazingly. What is my fucking computer doing? Excuse me? Do you fucking mind? It was not doing this a while ago. Actually, what can I use a bucket of tar for? Make 4 tar drops, which can be used to make... as a slime substitute, okay. Okay, let's get back on the road. See what there is to see. This little spit of land would have been a pretty cool place to release a bunch of crazy strong dinosaurs and just let them fuck shit up. I know, that's a terrible idea. I'm just like the ecosystem destroyer out here, but... I want to test something. Does it happen when I cross chunk borders? If so, does it happen when I load new chunks? Or when I load too many new chunks at once? doesn't seem to be overwhelmingly correlated to when I'm generating new chunks, which is weird. Weird and weirder. Huh. Blooming Plateau seems like a nice looking biome. Whoops. Damn, I'm far from home. Although, the good part seems to be that I could navigate my way all the way back to where I live without having to leave the ocean. So just a long-ass boat ride. Alternatively, I'm not gonna bore you guys with that. We're gonna like go until we find a desert biome or something that passes for a desert biome. At which point we will probably just end the stream while we're at the desert, and then the next time you see me I should be back at base. If not, I fucked up. If not, I did a fucky. That is a terrible fishing rod. I can't believe I risked my life for a fishing rod with Curse of Vanishing. Oh well, maybe that thing has better loot. If it has an enchanted golden apple, I can make a crazy good botany pot. Well, actually I need a enchanted golden apple and I believe 2 netherite blocks. Netherite blocks. The fuck do I keep finding these things? Get me out, 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 get me out of here. Okay. Let's just head into the ocean, see if we can find a new body of land. Why is my stream so chopped? Huh. Another ocean monument. Cool, I guess. Whoa. Great waypoint. Ocean on 2. Now the reason I'm going to be saving these ocean monuments is because eventually when I'm either going to have to like build in the water or build underneath the water, which means those sponge rooms are going to come in very, very handy. Especially when I have like water breathing, maxed out armor, potentially a trident. And I can just go in there and destroy everything with my doors. This should be after the version of Minecraft when having, when just, you know, shooting your bow underwater doesn't work that well. So, I find a desert. Create does give you some methods for farming gunpowder, like, I can bulk wash crushed raw zinc, and have a 25% chance to get gunpowder, so there's a farming method, which means I could farm TNT, which is a very easy way to get rid of the Guardians. If you don't know, you just breach into the place they live. You breach in like you're on an episode of Cops, and then you waltz in, shoot the Guardian, or alternatively you put down a redstone block, and then you just keep placing TNT against it, and then swimming for cover. Well, this is a very nice place. God, if I expected this series to go on for as long as like Poet Plays, like 600 something episode, no, I don't know how long the Poet Plays Fossils series is, but if I had access to like this much space, I think, or if I could commit to streaming for that length of time, I think what I would do, there's a minecart down there. I think what I would do is, I would make this like a hadrosaur area. Like I would have fences running around here in like a sort of big dome, and then I'd have something going across, and then all of the hadrosaurs, like a like Parasaurolophus, and hold on. Parasaurolophus. I could see us putting some small ornithomimids, like Pachycephalo down there. Actually, wait, is Parasaurolophus the only hadrosaur? Huh. Well, okay, it could share its environment. I know Gallimimus is an ornithomimid, but we could have a bunch of galleys and a bunch of parasaurs sharing an environment. I mean, it wouldn't be out of the question, because they wouldn't predate on each other, and I don't think they'd compete. There we go. It feels like cheating. Feels a little bit like cheating. You know, how much do we get? 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I just had a little conscience moment. Although, now that I think about it, actually, a swamp would probably be... Oh my god, that is a big fucking sturgeon. I am a sturgeon. I am a sturgeon. No, sorry, I'm just gonna go kill one so that I get sturgeon meat, which means I can make more sturgeon, or I can cultivate more sturgeon. Damn, these motherfuckers swim fast. There we go, we got one entire sturgeon. I'm gonna throw that in the slow cooker. or the whatever, the analyzer. I don't know why I called it a slow cooker. But yeah, we'll throw that in the analyzer and we should have sturgeon DNA. Now, what that's gonna be good for is we can make a nice... Huh. I was gonna say we can put them in the Spinosaur enclosure as a food source, but then I stopped. And I was like, no, that entails me going out and catching like a live sturgeon every few... probably minutes. I mean, I don't know how fast those things get hungry, but it's probably pretty quickly when you're a giant, like, super carnivore. Hyper carnivore? I think hyper carnivore is just anything that gets the majority of its protein from meat. Which technically makes Liver King a hyper carnivore. Hell, some days when I like order too much KFC, that makes me a hyper carnivore. Although I think humans are like obligate. No, we're omnivores. I mean, we evolved as frugivores. Like there used to be a point in our evolutionary history when you only got like 1% or like less than 1% of our caloric intake from meat. But now that we've cultivated, you know, animals, now that we've discovered the magic that is the McSpicy, I don't know if people outside of Singapore have a McSpicy. It's probably my favorite item from McDonald's, but it's anyways. Now that we've cultivated the magic that is the McSpicy, we don't really need to worry about. Oh, this is just fucking brilliant. I keep finding pieces of equipment that have paleontology, archaeology on them. This is just wondrous. It's absolutely wondrous, I tell you. But yeah, now that we've got now that we have the McChicken at our disposal, we don't really, well, we can be. It's on a it's a case by case basis. Nobody needs to be an obligate carnivore. Some people are like vegetarians for religious reasons, but nobody needs to be a vegetarian. Are those chimpanzees? Yo, monkey, it monkey o'clock. Abandon humanity, return to monkey. Ooh. Let's go see those funky monkeys. Also, that is a witch hut, which is going to be useful for if I ever need to make a Whetstone farm. Witch hut. The jungle mountains look like a pretty interesting biome. They also have very interesting looking waters, honestly. Where are the chimps? Where are the chimps? Also, leafcutter ants. What do leafcutter ants do? I'm guessing, like, you just put them down and they destroy a bunch of leaves. Ooh-ah. Ooh-ah. Hello. Are you aggressive? Oh, motherfucker. This tip works in real life. I don't know if it works in the game. But also, holy shit, those chimps do crazy damage. A crazy amount of damage output. Oh. Yeah, oh wait, hold on. Betta and Plecostomus? Oh, they got betta fish! Oh, hold on. I unironically like bettas enough to bring back like a bucket of them. And also maybe a bucket... What the f... I'm sorry, did the betta just attack me? Holy shit! I'm wearing basic diamond armor. That is an obscene amount of damage for a little fish to output. Great heavens. And then we have what I'm assuming is like a Plecostomus. The little sucker fish. Ah. Pleco. I love plecos. I used to keep bristle-nosed plecos. You know what? We even have Ga in this area. probably... Yeah, I could probably keep a Gar or two. As long as those fucking chimps don't come murder me. It's... Oh man. Oh man, these leafcutter ants are crazy fast. At least I think this is the work of leafcutter ants. I'm not sure, I would like to see them in action before I make judgment. Those are tarantulas. Quentin Tarantulino. Oh, we got peach flowers. Yeah, it's a better... I don't know if there's a like visual or like aesthetic difference between a male and female betta, but I mean, pretty cool. And while I'm here, let me also get an alligator gar. Why not? Don't know how big these things grow, but ooh, wow! Come back! I love the big fucking nose sticking out of the bucket. That's hilarious. Oh, and we got little plecos. Oh, oh, oh! We got a pleco that's got a different skin color. I love zebra plecos. Them shits look insane. Wait, huh? Oh my god, there's different morphs. Oh, oh, is that a Corydorus? Ooh. Gotta be a contender for one of my favorite, like, small catfish. Yes! You know what? Forget about the gold. What I need right now is another bucket. Shit, why? You know what? How many? I can afford 2 more buckets. Okay, what can afford to go? You know what? Feathers. Okay. I want one of those cool plecomorphs. At least the zebra, if not both the zebra and the spotted one. Regular pleco. Although if I see another Corydorus, I will definitely be enticed. I'm seeing a lot of Corydoruses. It looks like a panda or like a striped... Ooh. I've never seen that. Oh, I think it might be like one of those... A pretty fancy morph. It's like a bronze or a brass one. Is that a striped Cory or is that a... Yep, Corydorus. Okay. Where... There was a zebra morph here like a minute ago. I hope one of the gars didn't eat it. I know that gars in real life are very voracious. Is that a betta? It is a betta. I thought it was I thought it was like a morph of something. Dude, I earn way too little money to be into fish keeping. Speaking of fish keeping, I have a Raphael's catfish, which is like nearing adult size, and I got it when it was like this, like the size of my like pinky finger, like the first digit and a half of my pinky finger. I'm gonna be so fucked if like the mod pack added hippos and I like just forgot, didn't realize. I swim right into like to like full-size Mudeng. I made the implication like full-sized Mudeng, like like Mudeng is gonna grow up to be the size of an adult hippo, like a regular hippo, the African kind. Actually, wait, no, pygmy hippos live in Africa too. What am I talking about? Uh. Anyways, yeah, like even a pygmy hippo is probably a huge danger to like a person. Screen. Wait, what? Sam, try and okay. I was gonna say try and turn from 480p to 720p because that's a problem a lot of my viewers get. They when the stream is in like 480 or 7 instead of 720, it's fucky. But that's not a me problem. That's a Twitch problem or Streamlabs problem. Blame anyone. Don't blame me. I refuse to take accountability for my actions. Call me pirate software the way none of this is my fault. Damn it, where's that fucking zebra pleco? I swear to god I saw it on the map like... Oh, I saw it like a little while ago. Yo, yes. Yes. Join in a little bit or like, shall I tab over and... Oh, as in like you're gonna go shower and everything. This, I won't be playing this for that much longer because I have been doing shit, but I will definitely be online. Okay, bet I will be here. Oh, I will be, at the very least I'll be on my computer. Lewis and Sarah are probably coming to crash later. Yes. Oh my god, I had a zebra pleco in a bucket just now and it's not here anymore. What the hell? The fuck? I like that fish. My favorite fish. I say as if like every kind of fish isn't my favorite fish. I mean, I guess I could set up some sort of zoo tank or something that doesn't have a pleco in it, but I mean... What end, you know? What is a haze mountain? Holy shit. That is an interesting looking biome. I don't think that was in the older versions of Terralith. Wait. Is that a zebra pleco? No, it's another Cory. Is it like a panda Cory? You know what? I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take the panda Cory. I can swim faster. Fuck. Fuck, these bitches move. Get in the bucket. Get in the bucket, little bro. Ow. Yeah, chase these things into like shallow waters. Oh, never mind. Got his ass. Okay, what's next? Oh, I see a bunch of plecos on the map. There's a chance that any of these plecos... Damn it, they all Oh, that is a plecomorph I like. Now, can I trade it up? If I can trade it up for like a full black and white zebra pleco, I will take that trade up. If not, that is acceptable. That is acceptable to me. One pleco. Oh, it's just this one other pleco. Okay. Which is weird, cause in real life, if you like look in the Florida Everglades, you see those videos taken by divers in like those hot springs areas, and there's about 50,000 plecos in like a few cubic meters of water. I'm not even kidding. You see like 500,000 of the fuckers. Well, I guess we'll just make our way back to the boat. Maybe we can upgrade it to a chest boat, cause we can go almost all the way home just via water. Actually, matter of fact, we can go 100% of the way home via water. I will just... Yo! Hello, Agilor. Welcome to the stream. We are on the way back home. And what is... God. Can I bring it home? Oh, I can bring it home. I can also give it back shots. but that's... I'm sorry, I did not intend to do that, but... I love eating the meat from random animals. I'm totally not gonna get, like, the coronavirus status effect. Also, holy shit! Holy shit! Y'all big! Oh, I see those chimpanzees. If any of them comes near me, I'm cracking their skull open. Not falling for the same trick twice. Ah, This is weird terrain, Jen. He's just gonna run back to my boat and hope that Chimpanzini Bananini doesn't fucking kill me again. Or doesn't try to kill me again. You know what, I could probably afford to upgrade my boat. Crafting table. It's a chest. Oh. Oh wait, I could probably just do that. Yeah, there we go. It's a perfect number. And then my oak planks. Shit. Make a boat. Break a boat. I forgot that this version of Minecraft predates chest boats being added to the game. I feel like this isn't the first time I've made this exact same mistake, and it probably won't be the last, because at this point it's become a reflex to make chest boats for advanced storage, or for like portable storage. Anyways, we are still on the lookout for a desert, and if we cannot find one by the end of the stream, or when it comes like a natural time to end the stream, what I will probably just do is to call it quits, and then we will, instead of doing that, we will work on getting the ability to farm sand via the create mod, which gives us access to a bunch of tools that make sand farming a lot easier. Actually, wait, we have wheat at home. I just need the run flesh. That will make that'll make all of the bio goo creation a little bit easier. Point. Village. Brackets. Steel. Whoops. Caps lock. Village. Brackets. Steel. Stuff. Who can say what I intend to do with this village in the future? I mean, who can really say what what destiny has in store for these people. Who can say what manifest destiny will find them? Seems like a sort of warm continent, or like... That is jungle, right? Yeah, it's jungle mountains. Well, it seems like a... Seems like a warm continental body. Cutting through here, it gets a little colder, or a little bit closer to, like, temperate, but... Temperate, well, yeah, temperate. But this, we need, if we want a desert, and assuming that Terralith did not change too much about the way that biomes generate, with, like, hot biomes next to cold biomes, or, like, it didn't completely change up the propensity for biomes to spawn in a sort of temperature range with each other, then this place should be in the right general direction for a... I don't know why I had such difficulty with those two doors. Should be in the right general direction for us to find... a beach. Well, sorry, not a beach. A desert. I would either settle for like a red desert, which is the rarer one, or like a common desert. Also, fun fact, next episode of Pixel Mondays will probably be Pixel Mondays episode where we start looking for Mew. Because I have a few of my Gen 1, Gen 1 bird Pokemon. We have one of the Gen 1 legendaries. If we just get... And we are on the road to getting a Zapdos. We need a quest, or we will probably want a quest before we start finding Articuno. We'll probably want to tie getting that to when we are given a quest for it. That way we get rewards. Tarzan if he was fucking dumb. But yeah. Hello. Hello, macaw. I can't believe that one bird added the doors mod. Actually, I can't believe that one bird made so many mods. But yeah, let me, get through here. And it's looking like this might be one of those streams where like you're like, yeah, we only want to do one thing this stream, and then we don't do it. Oh, we don't get it done. Oh, I see fossil. Oh, something's leg bone. Right. Never say no to one of those. And how do I get over to that other fossil? I should put feather falling on these things. I can't resist the urge to get like more and more biofossil. It's irresistible. It's a compulsion at this point. Hey, more fossil. Pretty decent. Yeah. Just gonna climb as high as we can go. It's easy navigating... Well, hardly ever easy navigating Terralith terrain, but the fact that it's so beautiful kind of makes up for it, you know? Like, every time I play with the Terralith mod, it feels like installing 1.18 again for the first time, and seeing, like, all of the massive changes to world and terrain gen that came with it. Plus, we do have a boat, so it's not like we can't get down from high places. Hello, Fanky. Welcome to the stream. Now, where? Oh, Fanky. Thank you, that's helpful. Now where is that desert I'm looking for? I wish the Valkyrian skies didn't make my recording software stop working for some reason. Because this, if we had built an airship out of what little bit we had, you know, what little bit of resources we had that could be used to make airship parts, we would have covered so much more ground by now. Yeah, where's... Where is... I mean, if you've had it for enough time that it's become iconic, you shouldn't change it. I mean, my Minecraft account is shadow_paladin. And I think I've had it as that since I was about 13 years old. Potentially younger. No. When I was a lot younger, I was Lance Playboy. It was like one word. And then that was every other account I had was some variation of that. But then I switched to shallow paladin. Pado Shaladin. I switched to Shadow Paladin, and that became the main until I started streaming, at which point it became Hollow Heart YT. But at the same time, I physically could not change my Minecraft account to Hollow Heart YT because I just love... Am I playing a mod pack? Yeah, it is modded. It's Terralith is the main thing you're seeing, but there's also fossils and archaeology and... well, a few other things. Some of them have had to go recently, but that's neither here nor there. Damn it, the map, or my understanding of how Minecraft temperatures work, says that this is all warm. Like, this is equatorial temperate. Oh no, equatorial. What's it about? Oh, dinosaurs. Getting dinosaurs and playing with the create mod, but mainly getting dinosaurs. If anything, the create mod is here to facilitate me getting more dinosaurs even faster. So yeah, that's mainly what it's about. Although I guess there are ways to farm dinosaurs without using the create mod. You could just do a bunch of villager trading. Like you get a emerald production set up, or you find a way to produce massive amounts of emeralds. Then you would probably set about trying to collect a little bit of every single DNA, and then once you have a little bit of every single DNA, you can go back to... you can, I guess, find a place to put all the dinosaurs. But Create has a bunch of other utilities, like on top of being able to let you just grind gravel out of, well, to mill cobblestone into gravel, and then immediately feed that gravel into a sifter, so you have like an infinitely replenishing amount of DNA. I don't know if African wild dogs are dangerous to the player. If I see them coming after me, I'm gonna start stabbing, but they haven't behaved that dangerous. Anyways, we got a tar pit. That's cool, I guess. Oh! Oh! They got a little baby hornbill. A hornbillet. That's adorable. Why are they... Wonder if we can handle a pillager raid. Show me the dinos. I'm a little bit far from home at the moment. I'm about, yeah, little ways off from home. You know what? Do I want to start a raid? This isn't even the main place I live. And I don't have any villagers to trade with. Uh, no, I can't find dinos. That's you're thinking of a additional mod that turns them into wild spawns. No, you unfortunately cannot find wild dinos. Well, this swamp, like the combination of this swamp and plains, would be an amazing place to just release a brachiosaur and let it fuck up the environment. It'd be the equivalent of throwing like a breeding pair of pythons into the Florida Everglades. This would be disastrous, but oh wow. This actually looks like the type of place you would, if you got a time machine, this looks like the kind of place you'd find a brachiosaur. I do kind of fuck with it. I fuck with it kind of heavy. Fractured savanna. Okay, fractured savanna has to be a hot biome, right? Look, we're gonna be a very long way away, but as long as I remember the coordinates and I make a nice fast road through the nether, anything up to about 1,000 or so blocks. Well, oh shit, we've probably already crossed the 1,000 block threshold. Then again, probably not, because our house is an orchid swamp. That is cool. Our house is, okay, where are we at? We're at negative 8,000, and then if I go to negative 1,000 on the same axis, or negative 0 on the same axis, puts us basically in a line with spawn. You know what? That's honestly, thinking about it, I'm willing to build a railroad through the nether because we have a massive amount of iron, and all we need is a bunch of gold, which I think the farm also produces. Our general like ore farm, our create sifter farm, and redstone. Hold on, actually, let me check before I run my mouth. Redstone. No way for us to farm it that way. Oh, actually we can farm it by blowing on crushed raw iron, which can come from sifting gravel through a brass mesh. Yeah, we can also farm redstone. That's pretty cool. So yeah, nothing to worry about. We could just make a railway that takes us there and back in like a straight line through the nether. And if we have that, I'd be willing to go up to maybe 1 or 2,000 blocks in the nether. I mean, less is more, or less is better. But at the same time, there will come a point beyond which, like even though create makes travel a lot more easier, even though it makes getting resources a lot more easier, it doesn't make sense, and it would make more sense for me to, okay, I'll be real with you. It's gonna drain a lot of rotational power, the things I'm planning, and it's going to leave less rotational power going into like the ore production, all the other stuff, and having less stuff being produced by the sifting setup is going to mean that we have less stuff, less coal feeding into our generator, which means less power. It's basically going to be you're basically going to be cutting, I am basically going to be cutting my own passive income, or passive power production rather. So, if we do really intend to do a bunch of, like, the whole underwater section of the park where all the aquatic dinos are, if we want to have them in, like, big, like, blocked off sections of the ocean, but we want to be able to walk through, like, the Singapore, like, Sea Aquarium, or the Southeast Asian Aquarium. I don't know if you guys know about this, but there's an aquarium that used to exist here in Singapore, where you could, like, walk in a glass, basically a glass cylinder, and then you could see a bunch of like ocean life swimming around above you. And I was thinking a system like that would go crazy, but that is also going to be a crazy amount of glass. And if I need a crazy amount of glass, what are these? Yosemite Cliffs? Sorry, we're taking a quick detour to go look at that biome. It looks cool as hell. But basically, if it's going to be that much glass, instead of just... Okay, here's the thing. The desert biome will get me the glass a lot faster. I'll be able to just show up there and dig for like 5 hours. And I'll be able to come home with like 19,000 glass. Or like 19 or 20,000 glass. But if it's something that will take a long time and potentially even more than that, it definitely makes sense to use the create mod. The create mod sand generation methods. So we produce a massive amount of cobblestone. The massive amount of cobblestone gets ground to gravel. The gravel gets ground immediately into sand, and then the sand, we store it in the form of a vault, which is a thing that lets you store massive amount of items. This is not what we're looking for, but in the event that we ever need an amount of ice that cannot be conveniently provided by just the top of the mountain, and we don't want to make an ice farm, we can definitely come here and just steal a massive amount of packed ice, blue ice, every kind of ice that can be found here, and that should get us enough to make any number of like mammoth steppe enclosures. If we want ice spikes in the saber-tooth enclosure, that'd be crazy hard. That would go crazy hard. I say saber-tooth, like, I think it's Smilodon. I don't think we have... Hold on. Saber... Tooth... Oh, well, there are a bunch of teeth. Ceratosaur teeth, Dilophosaur, Dryosaur, Theopleural. Whole bunch of fucking teeth. But I think the animal that we are looking for, if my game will work, I don't know why the fuck it's chosen now to crash. Okay, the thing that we should be looking for is... Yeah, there we go. Smilodon embryos. Smilodon fangs. Those would probably go crazy. Actually, the tooth dagger would probably be a crazy cool weapon to have. Is it as good as the diamond sword? Hold on. It's about as good as an iron sword, but it has so much aura that I may just... Well, okay, no. Never mind. I was gonna say it has so much aura that I may just use that instead of a diamond sword, but then I stopped and I thought about it, and there are two weapons that have more aura. First off, Ancient Sword. Less damage, can call down a lightning strike. Next... Oh, wait, what are these? Ancient Key, Ancient Clock. Next thing that has even more aura is the Scarab Sword, which I fucks with heavy. I fucks with it heavy. You can also make other like really good stuff like Scarab pickaxes, which I think may be on par, if not better than Netherite, but... I mean, we've mined a shitload of fossil, I think. Hold on, statistics, items, times mined. We've mined about 250 fossil, most of that with a Fortune 3 pick, and we have only gotten the single Scarab gem that we have. So... I don't know. Maybe... Come to think of it, if we need a shitload of gravel, this is a good place. Because my build style, when I get around to building my build style, or using my build style, is going to entail a crazy amount of... Whoa. Oh my god, it's a fucking bonanza. Gravel. Becca. There we go. There's a shitload of gravel here. Anyways, this is a absolute smorgasbord of gravel. Well, I mean, smorgasbord kind of implies that it's different things, right? It's a one item all you can eat buffet of gravel. And yeah, we can come back here in future. I don't know why the pandas live on this, desolate gravel, this desolate barren stretch of gravel. But yeah, still looking. Yeah. Anyways, my build style is gonna be massively concrete heavy, because I'm thinking of making a build style that like actually follows the in-law Jurassic World. So like, if you guys have seen the Indominus escape scene, like giant white concrete walls, create powered door for the paddock, a potentially, I don't know, like there are like lead casings, but hold on, CASI, yeah, we use like train casings, or we do one of these casing styles, and this is what we use for like the door itself, which is glued together. Oh, Indian Gharial, probably one of my favorite crocodilomorphs. I think the I think the Sarcosuchus may take the win on this one, but I do fuck with it heavy. I love Gharials. They look so goofy, and they don't kill people. They're just like little dumbass fish enjoyers. This is the Gharial. Am I just not seeing the Gharial because the sturgeon are huge? Oh, further down the road, and it's on land. Yay! Oh, shit! And then we got like law accurate IRL salmon, which is cool. Hello. Aw. Hey, buddy. Damn, you got a lot of health. Okay, you know what? We're gonna have to conduct a test. If you do not get attacked by... Hold on. If you do not get attacked by Sarcosuchus, I think it would be very cool to have a bunch of Gharials in with a Sarcosuchus. I'm not sure if the Sarcosuchus is immediately aggressive to a Gharial. Also, there's no way for us to store it in a boat. I don't know if a Sarcosuchus will be aggressive to a Gharial, but... Wait, actually, how the fuck are we gonna capture a Gharial? It's not like I can put it in a bucket. I don't think. Well, then again, these sturgeon are not... Let's look up bucket of Gharial. Let's look up bucket of... Alligator gar, Achilolamna, Coelacanth crassigyrinus, Dicranurus, Diplocaulus, Henodus, Wallicerops tictolix, sturgeon, Scotoharpes, Plesiosaurus nautilus, Megalograptus, Loncodomus, Ichthyosaurus, African lake cichlid, angelfish, betta fish, clownfish, cod, Corridoras, Grandma, Plecostomus, salmon, fake lava bucket, fake water bucket. Uh, yeah, but there's probably a way to get a Gharial, right? Ghar. Ah! Bingo. You either get the spawn egg, which is, I believe, there are like this really rare class of mobs called the Zookeeper, and the Zookeeper... Just check that I'm right. Yeah, a really rare class of mob called the Zookeeper, and I think the Zookeeper, at least this was how Zawa worked in 1.12. I'm not sure if it works the same way now, but Zookeepers can actually give you spawn eggs. They can sell you spawn eggs. And yeah. Gateway point. Village. And actually, let me check if the Zawa mod... Oh, wait, hold on. That's more fossil stuff. Okay, I'm gonna try and run with one hand and type with one hand, and we're gonna see if Zawa Wiki Zoo and wildlife, zoo and wild animals mod. Shit. I fell in a hole. I am looking for whether it will... Passive animals, animals, items, carnivorans, marsupials. Where's the... no, I don't want to go to the GitHub. Where's the... Hold on. Zawa Zookeeper Wiki. Let's see. While this NPC is released, it isn't fully functional. Hang tight, we're working on it. Zookeepers are NPCs that can be hired by the player to perform zoo husbandry tasks. They are versatile helpers in both animal keeping and zoo maintenance. They can even be assigned to give other players items or speak dialogue for the multiplayer servers. Zookeepers have 10 hearts, just like the player. Zookeepers will never be attacked by animals, even wild or unhappy tamed animals. Their secret is presumably their keeper uniform. Zookeepers are a reliable method of obtaining animal care items unless a player has a large sum of emeralds. Repeated trading is the most practical way to hire them. Zookeepers do not have the novice master trading system like villagers. Instead, the players can buy anything from a zookeeper without the need of unlocking the previous trades. Zookeepers do not increase or decrease the prices of its items being sold if attacked by the player or if the player has the hero of the village effect. Unlike villagers, zookeepers only sell items. They do not buy items. Zookeepers do not have an experience bar and do not modify their offers or prices based on changing demand. Zookeepers will refresh their trades each day. Zookeeper offers 7 trades in total, 2 random kibble trades, a bug box or muscle box trade, and 4 guaranteed trades all zookeepers will offer. 2 random kibble trades are chosen from the list below. Carnivore kibble, herbivore kibble, insectivore kibble, omnivore kibble, piscivore kibble, and shellfish kibble. The bug box or muscle box trade is chosen from the list below. It is always offered after the kibbles. Okay, let's check the bug box, and fuck it, let's also check the muscle box. 4 guaranteed trades are listed below. They are always the zookeeper's final 4 trade offers. Capture net, capture cage, zoo cart, and a zookeeper spawn egg. Ooh. Okay. So as long as I find a zookeeper, I can, trade for the spawn eggs to get more zookeepers. Anyways, a muscle box is an item used to breed shellfish as animal feed. Muscle boxes can be stacked and placed next to each other while functioning as normal. They're one of the first steps of a sustainable zoo food chain. Muscle boxes are almost entirely necessary to feed shellfish animals, as shellfish are otherwise rare items obtained by breaking certain blocks. Many ambient animals also use shellfish to breed. The muscle box has an insect farming counterpart called the bug box. Shit, I need to sleep. One muscle box can be crafted with 3 gravel, 2 smooth stone slabs, 2 light blue concrete, and 1 water bucket. They are slightly more costly to craft than the bug box, but shellfish-eating animals are generally considered more valuable. Shellfish. Zookeepers will need to find a starting stock of shellfish in order to start a mussel farm. There are 3 options, which are all found in different locations and fed different items. Clams can be found by breaking cobblestone rock hides. They need to be fed kelp. Mussels can be found by breaking blackstone rock hides. They need to be fed kelp. Shrimp can be found by breaking sandstone rock hides. They need to be fed wheat seeds. Once a starting shellfish is found, the player can place a shellfish in the first slot and the appropriate feed items in the second slot for the muscle box. 1 shellfish item is enough for up to 8 breeding attempts, as long as 8 feed items are provided. The first shellfish item will be consumed immediately, but you'll know the process has begun. This is a slow process. While feed items exist, 1 attempt to create a new shellfish happens every 1,000 ticks. There's a 50% chance of generating a new shellfish attempt for each... Sorry, hold on. Let me go over to this guy and see what he's trading. It's another archaeologist. Oh no. Oh well. Okay. 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 I'm in a cave. I remember sorry, I just saw that skull and got nostalgic. I remember when Mr. Rapalus, who was like the OG, probably before Poet Plays, fossils and archaeology YouTuber, had like a bunch of, he had a mosasaur enclosure and it was lit up by those skull lanterns, which is really cool. Anyways, yeah, always something I wanted to do. Anyways, the first shellfish will be consumed immediately, but you'll know the process has begun. Slow process, blah blah blah. Removing feed items during this process will immediately halt any breeding and waste precious time. Remember, the muscle box does remember if a shellfish item has been consumed and will only stay active for its total of 8,000 ticks. The muscle box has 5 slots to breed shellfish into. Every slot in the muscle box can store a whole stack, 64, of corresponding items. Okay. Now, bug box. The bug box is an item used to breed insects as animal feed. They appear as several stacked trays of substrate with veggie scraps inside. Bug box can be stacked and placed next to each other while functioning as normal. They are one of the first steps of a sustainable zoo food chain. Bug boxes are almost entirely necessary to feed insectivore animals, as feeder insects are otherwise rare items obtained by breaking rare blocks. Many ambient animals also use feeder insects to breed. The bug box has a shellfish farming... Yeah, we know that. Okay. Can be crafted with 6 spruce planks, 1 carrot, 1 iron nugget, and 1 mulch. Any type of mulch can be used, but the planks have to be spruce. Okay. Zookeepers will need a starting stock of insects to start a bug farm. There are 3 options which are all found in different locations and fed different items. Earthworm can be found by breaking birch, spruce, and dark oak rotting logs. They can be fed most organic items such as apples, carrots, potatoes, beetroot, wheat seeds. Mealworms can be found by breaking oak and dark oak rotting logs. They need to be fed carrots or potatoes. Termites can be found by breaking acacia and jungle rotting logs. They need to be fed sticks. Leafcutter ants can be found by breaking birch rotting logs. They need to be fed leaves of any kind. Once a starting insect is found, the players can place insects in the first slot of the appropriate feed items, yada yada yada. Okay, this is a VT, let go, VT.
Hello?
Gay sex
Oh, so
with...
no, it's your stream. Because like this, your voice is all fucky
It's...
on stream.
Does it sound fried?
Yeah.
I don't know what is going on with that. Like, Doc reported the issue, my source properties showed that they're using my Razer Kraken mic. I don't know what is up. Maybe I just
got back from sus.
You got back from sus. Yo.
Raise party and first year assembly. Did you
Let's
have to do that?
no. Maybe it's because I'm a part-timer.
Yeah, they don't respect you guys.
Yeah. They make us sit at the back of the
Wait,
bus.
can you join a CCA even though you're part-time?
I don't think so.
Damn. They really don't FW.
Yeah, when you walk in, where we walk in there, like the first thing we saw was they had one water cooler for like full-time students and one for part-time students.
They label it.
Yeah,
they
yeah. We
you
go
don't
to
get your part-time germs on the full-time water cooler.
We go to jail if we use the full-time water cooler. And the full-time water cooler is way better maintained. Yeah, it's sad. We're also not allowed to marry any SUSS full-timers. It's just like Johannesburg. Yo, polar bear. I'm gonna go run up and look at the incredibly dangerous animal.
You're also worth 3 fish.
I'm not allowed to testify against a full-time student in court. I think this Gariel is lost. He's oh, fuck. I just turned around and saw that fucking polar bear coming at me like the goddamn bear from Annihilation. I nearly lost my fucking mind. I nearly shit myself. All this thing needs to do is...
Wait, it's not just the stream, it's also you. Now you're fucky.
Now I'm fucky. That's weird.
But it's more fucky on the stream. Maybe you need to get a new mic.
Yeah. Oh wait, this is basically less than a year. It's been less than a year and my it came around the same time as when I got my new computer, my new pewter, my pooter. Huh. But yeah, I've started fucking with the Zawa mod, the Zoo and Wild Animals mod. It's crazy complex. Like it's a lot harder to get all the animals than I initially realized. And you need like a mussel box and a insect box to raise the food for these animals. But I low key FW it. Kind of like how SUSS doesn't FW me. You know, if a part-time student at SUSS pays with a counterfeit bill, they'll kneel on his neck for 8 minutes. Crazy the discrimination that part-time students need to face. Damn. Damn, these mountains tall as fuck. I got a question. When you guys feel like playing vanilla Minecraft again, would you be cool with like the Terralith data pack being installed so that we get crazy high mountains? Or are you more of a regular sized world gen fellow? Hold on. Hello? Oh, I guess he got called away for something. Sam, if you're saying something, I cannot hear you. Did I mute my computer by accident? No way, right? Huh. Yeah, wait, I have stopped hearing stuff. Hold on.